In late December 2017, I visited Snowdon in order to record some scenes for a forthcoming detailed movie about the Snowdon Watkin path. The required shots were only at the start of the walk, but as it was a nice day, I decided to climb to the summit and capture other photos and movie clips. Rather than leave them forgotten and unviewed, I've assembled them into this little movie that I hope you may find informative. Near the woodland that's at the start of the walk, you will see this notice, or something similar, after the end of October. So take note and be prepared. After passing through the gate, you'll see a low bank on your right. Climb it and look straight ahead across the path. You're viewing a feature that most walkers miss, especially if the trees are in leaf. It's the lowest part of an incline that was used for transporting slates from the quarry down to the main road. As soon as you're on the open hillside, you will see the main incline ahead and to the left. We now start a 20-minute walk to the gate onto the mountain. Here, we are looking back after about 10 minutes. It still remains misty. Just before the gate, you will see stonework on your left, associated with the main incline. It's covered with large amounts of maidenhair spleenwort fern. Also before the gate and on the left, you will see insect-eating Drosera plants earlier in the year. We're now through the gate and again looking back. If you research the movie Carry On Up the Khyber, you'll discover that some of it was filmed at this exact location. The first thing you see on entering the National Nature Reserve is this notice. So spend a little time reading it and keep dogs on a lead when there are sheep on the hillside. A short walk brings us to this weir, where an underground pipeline takes filtered water downhill to a generator station. The electricity is exported to the national grid and provides power for all of National Trust's mansions and properties in Wales. Walking past the ruin of Hafod Cwm Llan and Gladstone Rock, we're now approaching the South Snowdon Slate Quarry. Just before the quarry, and on the right, there are 3 feral goats. This bad boy seems to be the boss man. I think he expected me to ask permission for entering his territory. It's been easy so far. Now the climb really begins up the first steep steps. This distinctive location is very near the start of the steps, and for once we can clearly see Snowdon's summit, at least for now. If you look carefully, you can see the path up the scree slope. It runs from bottom right to centre left. 20 minutes later and we're further up the path, looking across Cwm Tregalan at Ath Mainderin. Further on now, we turn left at a cairn with Llyweth to our right. Further on yet again, we can look back at Llyweth, down into Cwm Tregalan with its glacial moraines, Aran, and the Reed Thee path along Ath Mainderin and Bulk Mine, Snowdon, and then a stone cairn. Onwards and upwards towards the Scree Slope. We're now on the Scree Slope. The snow's deep in parts, but at least it's not icy today. "20 minutes later and we're at the top. There aren't many people up here today for a change, so I've got the summit trig point to myself. This view from the trig point shows the pig track zigzags, and you can see a group of 4 walkers at top left who've decided to descend via that route. Another group I spoke to earlier on decided it was too hazardous without crampons, so they followed the railway line down to Llanberis. It's a clear day with good views to Llanberis and beyond. It's getting near sunset now. The ascent took longer than I expected, so it's time to descend. I'd normally go down the south ridge, but reluctantly I've decided to go down the scree slope and the Watkin path. It'll be a 2-hour walk down in the dark and then a nice cup of hot chocolate before the drive home. It's been a great day on a great mountain.